There's a possible rollover here. Stop!
That was a pretty dumb move.
Time for Titrat racing.
Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. We all know the dying times that are happening at the moment, so me and Reddles have taken it as a positive. We're going to get locked down in the shed for however long that the government decides. We're going to try and build ourselves a comp truck. So all we're doing is using leftover parts yet again laid around the shed. I'll take you through them and give you a quick look. We went all the way to Yanship the other day, you may as well say, market growing area, and picked ourselves up this old cheap banger. The cab's absolutely rooted, but the doors and that seem alright, so they can go on the daily if need be. It's got a single piece rear end side windows, windscreen's all good, but yeah, the rest of it's pretty shitty in the sense that all the bodywork, as you can see from there, is not worth repairing. And yet again, someone's cut all the edges out of the guards, and yeah, didn't do a real nice job of it. So that basically, and the piece of resistance that tells you that we're not going to have a hard time getting this back window out is that piece right there. So we picked her up for 400 bucks. Basically we just want the chassis. Why do we want the chassis? Because we're going to stick it on top of Titrat, so we're going to put our Range Rover body on top of it. For those who don't know who Titrat is, I'm going to take you inside the shed and introduce you to him real soon. But here's the extra bits we got already. We got a rear Iron Man penard bar, adjustable. It's a lot thicker than these are all freebies, I might add. The second bit is the front adjustable. These actually cost me a couple $100 for a bloke I sold them to a couple of years ago and never got to use them, but they're 6-inch Iron Man coils, front and rear, obviously. Bush chook, because it is after 12, ladies and gents. What sort of motor and driveline are we going to stick in the Reddles? Being a Ford man.
It's going to have to be a Barrow, I reckon.
A Barrow, what sort of transmission?
ZF6 speed.
So we got all that sorted, have we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Truth is, no we don't. We need about 3.5 grand plus the money for the conversion. All up, it's about 4.5. But anyway, we're not going to worry about that for the short term. These are the tyres, you've seen them in other episodes on our daily pub runner before you stuck them back to 35s, but they're the good 37-inch trappies on the old faithful alloyed rims. There's the UHF we've got, the stick inner, thanks to the excellent driving of me and Callum at the last event. I think it was more me, but anyway, we look across here and here's the Titrat body that we chopped down many years ago. This is what got it all started for me, is the mighty Titrat. Named after my wife, as a lot of you already know. But yeah, Range Rover body, 87, chopped down, and it did quite well for what it was. Just typical Land Rover things in the sense of shitty 10-spline axles and shitty CVs, which at the moment, as you can see, I've got well, you probably can't, down there you'll be able to tell that that's actually a GQ patrol diff. We got the first one all fabricated up, wasn't quite happy with it because we still got our weak bits like steering box, the other end of the panhard bar that goes back to the Range Rover, it's not very strong compared to the patrol. So we decided, why not, we'll just simply buy another patrol, stick this body straight on top of it. So obviously that's the bottom off old Leo. We actually got to redo something with the bonnet because we did have the turbo idea going. We half built that, well pretty much got it all built. And then they changed the rules saying we're not allowed to have any hood exits, so we've had to rethink that idea. But that in a nutshell, ladies and gents, is what's happening. This body here is going on to that chassis over there. Right, so in cap, we're calling it a night. We're going to go and have a couple of beers, cook pizzas, but in the meantime, we've got the radius arms all bolted up. We've got our panhard bar in there, the adjustable one. And we had a bit of a win because actually the steering arm is a decent brand label by the name of Superior. So we know that's good shit, so that in itself is pretty much worth the whole price we paid for the vehicle. So yeah, ended off with a win. Tomorrow, put the Rios panhard bar in, trim all that up, and then start stripping all this cab off of her. Rightio, so we started stripping the old girl down, as you can clearly see. Yeah, it's coming apart rather easy. Most of the bolts are missing to start with. So, like I said before, I don't know if I mentioned, we got the one-piece rear windows, which we're going to put up in Gumtree and try and get some cash back for them. As well as, I don't know if I mentioned before either, is steering arm at the front is actually Superior Engineering one, which is worth pretty much what we paid for the whole vehicle. So we're having a win there at least. Going to try and actually get the cab off of it today, so it's just a bare chassis. And once we've done that, then we give it a good pressure clean and repeat the process on Titrat to get his body off of the Range Rover chassis. So until then, we're going to keep battling it out as always, and we'll just take it from there. Another engine mount out, cab chassis mount rather. So there we go. As you can see, we're going to get the high pressure hose out, give her a nice blast, get rid of all that crap, see what we can uncover. As you can see, there's another aftermarket part there. That's actually a panhard, well, it's a brace basically, where it mounts to the chassis, because patrols have a real nasty problem cracking all in here. I've actually seen one that's corkscrewed all the way back up there. So yeah, that's another added piece. Right, we definitely got our 400 bucks worth, and to be honest, this is the perfect candidate for what we're doing, for the simple fact is, well, we didn't need any of that, other than keeping a few spares for our daily, the pub runner. So also we'll clean up this back cross member here. Fuel tank's going to go out, we're going to cut straight through here on both sides, so already you can see the wheels are going to be rather back here, because that's where the panhard mount is. Straight up there, so on that angle you can already see that these are only 31s. We've already got about 3 inches hanging out the back, which is perfect for our departure angles. So we also got big plans. We want to chop it and shorten it about 6 inches in the middle here, just to change our wheelbase a bit, just to make us a little bit smaller, but we don't want to be a short wheelbase, but at the same time we don't want to be a long wheelbase, we want to be in the middle. So rightio, there we go, we got a sway bar down there we're going to take off as well. Basically what we're going to do today is just keep stripping her down and clean her up, see what we got. Rightio, here we are after many hours of cleaning, polishing a turd or what, eh? But you can see clearly there's a lot better than what it was. So Reynolds has just jumped on the tractor, thanks Mark, and we're going to try and pick the front end up and then pull it that way so we can get the plastic cutter out, chop the front end off there, and chop a big section of the back off as well. Yeah, might even put the 37s on her and the wheel spaces just to see what she looks like, but should look a lot shorter, that's for sure. Just preparing to cut the back end off, a couple of quick measurements, clamp up a bit of metal so the plastic cutter works alright. And like I've always said to you guys, if you're about to cut off the back of your car, make sure you've got plenty of beers, because about to cut something up you like, you want to make sure you're drunk. It makes it easier. Beer. Job done. Beer's come up though, I'm not happy about that. Yep. So bye-bye to the back end. Quick way to remove a fuel tank, tow bar and all the other crap. So these are obviously Dobinson, another four-wheel drive from the past, and they flexed really nicely. So we're going to use them. You can push down on this diff at one. I got it. Stop. Woohoo! Tomorrow, the align panhard bars, get the control arms going, and that's even come over a bit. I reckon if we lifted that up, that should all be self-central. Not we need to. I reckon if you tap that, that'd almost go through too. No, I don't think it will.
Why even?
I guess it's a bit fucking tight.
There we go. Got it.
Alright guys, that's all I got time for this week, keeping it around the 16, 17, 18 minute mark, so you guys don't get too bored, not that you've really got a lot to do. As you can see, a bit of a spoiler alert, the big girl is pretty much plumbed up. We're at the stage now we're making cab chassis mounts, got to go pick up our latest Dobson MRR shop piggyback reservoir jobby, so that's $2.5 in itself just for the shockies. We've got drop boxes, we got new rotors, we got brake caliper rebuild kits, we got swivel up kits, we got wheel bearings, we got a heap to go. Still got to take the cab back off, finish welding out all the cab chassis mounts. We've got the brake booster from the patrol ore in there and that, but you'll see all of this in the next episode. We're going to make about 6 episodes of actually building this truck. So hang in there guys, we got through the most boring one, basically just stripping down the cab and bringing it in, but in the next episode you'll see us where we take the Land Rover cab off the Range Rover body and get rid of it. That was pretty dodge for the least to say. While I'm thinking of it, a special shout out to Greg Huggins from MedSpark as per usual, and Georgie from TJ Signs, and Carl. Hopefully Carl, you come to the party and help us weld all these cab chassis mounts up, because we've only tagged them, but Carl from KD Fabrications, absolute awesome welder, wouldn't want anyone else doing it if I can get him to do it. So as you've seen from the start of the video, old Beaver in the old poo trail, or pooey, and you're going to see more of that after I finish flapping my gums. So just like and subscribe guys. We're actually up to 70 subscribers, which is not the best, but it's better than some. Some people don't have any subscribers, so keep safe in these times, and I'm going to try and get a video up within the next week, so we'll do these in weekly intervals. Until then guys, like I said, stay safe, stay segregated. Until then.
This is possible rollover here. Stop!
That was a pretty dumb move.
So Callum, tell us what happened there, mate.
Dan told me to take this line here.
Always Papa Dan's fault, isn't it? What do you reckon, Riddles?
Idiot.
Now what do we do?
Pull it over.
We're going to use the snatchy and the courier to pull her back over off our tie down points. So rightio, we got her back out. Needless to say, we're not having another go at that one just yet.
Yeah, have a crack.
Me, I'll break it.
I'm going one more time straight.
All right, like I said, you leave your credit card with me, you can have as many goes as you want. He doesn't learn, he's almost rolled it, he wants to have another crack. But who am I to say no, this is the way you learn, so, all right, get into it, Callum.